Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You have so much energy this morning.
No, it's
Who
a
are
lie.
you?
It's a fucking lie, bitch.
Are you okay?
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
I'm so tired, dude. I'm so tired. Hi, puppy girl. Ah, got the beautiful eyes.
Kitty likes the pets.
Bitch! Little hellion. Kids feeling rebellious, embarrassed. The parents still listen to Elvis. Start feeling like prisoners helpless till someone comes along on a mission and yells, bitch. And the fact that I got everyone kissing my ass is a disaster. It's a catastrophe that you sees the damage of my ass. You asked for me, and I'm back. Picture Ben and tennis. I'm tired.
You had like a veritable Peter Griffin moment there.
My favorite ever though of all time is Chris what is it, how do you say his last name? It's not Delia. Chris D'Elia. There we go. Chris D'Elia is doing Eminem.
Oh,
And he's
yeah.
like he's just like, look at all these boxes and the foxes, the Harrison Ford and the chords and it's just like, it's the most comical fucking thing.
That was really
Oh
funny.
my god. If you guys haven't watched Chris D'Elia do his Eminem impression, it's some of the most like hilarious. Like, it's so fucking funny.
There's some rap god.
Rap God?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done Rap God in a minute.
Remember when you did it at the wedding?
Did I do Rap God at our wedding?
I thought you did. I don't know, I was pretty drunk.
True.
I know we played it, but I can't remember if you got up there and like busted a move or not.
I don't remember. I'm really tired this morning, so like, give me a couple hours that I can bust out a Slim Shady, but right now, not so much.
Not so much.
No, we did play Bodak Yellow at our wedding.
Oh,
and
that
then
was
everybody
so
left.
funny. Yeah.
Like, for some reason, none of the like adults in his family were around at all, because like our wedding kind of had like different rooms that you could kind of go to, and so like we have not seen a parent or a person over 30 in like an hour. They're off doing their own thing. So I'm like, perfect, time to play Bodak Yellow. Little bitch, you can't fuck with me. And then like, so like I'm rocking out because it's fucking funny to me, right? Because I'm like, it's my wedding, I'm gonna fucking play this. And like, sure enough, that's when literally like 20 people are like, maybe it's time to say bye to the bride. So I'm like, literally, I'm not stopping, bitch. So I'm like, little bitch, you can't fuck with me. Goodbye, Aunt Betty. It was fucking hilarious.
What I thought was really funny was our DJ too, because he's just this cute little hipster guy.
Oh yeah.
And you could tell that he has like such a great taste in music.
Until he met us. Oh yeah, we had the Monster Mash.
Tennessee Ford.
16
tons.
16 tons. And what do you
then we
get?
had
Another
Bodak
day older
Yellow.
and deeper in debt.
What are some of the other
St.
ones?
Peter,
Oh, we had
don't
some
you
Johnny
call me 'cause
Cash,
I
too.
can't go. Yeah, oh my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting in trouble on my middle name.
I was born in the canebrake of an old mama lion. Something.
Something better walk the line. I do 16. My favorite is like, what is it? If the right one doesn't get you, then the left one will.
Yeah, I love that line.
16 times.
I love that song so much.
Yeah, it's a good song. I want to
And then we
play
had, like,
it right
some-
now. Johnny Cash. We
We
had.
were all over the place.
Yeah, we had like the Addams Family theme song, like all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was such a great day.
Yeah, we had a good wedding. It was fun. Hey guys, I'm vlogging. Hey guys, welcome to the last day of Contemporary-A-Thon. I did not do more reading after last night, and as you can tell by the lack of vlogs today, these two videos are gonna get smushed together because we did the live show and then I immediately went to sleep. the lack of sleep from doing Contemporary-A-Thon and daily vlogging is real. I can barely keep my eyes open right now, and I gotta go to work. I'm fucking exhausted. Yeah, I'm just tired. And so tonight though, we're doing like a fun event at Chapters. They basically sent out an invite like, would you like to come from 9 to 11 and get 20% off your whole purchase? Yes, please. Still have like gift cards to use, so it's worth it for me to go do that. So we'll
do you know what you're buying yet?
What?
Do you know what you're buying yet?
No.
Go browse around.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Okay. Get you some reading socks too.
If you would like to buy me some reading socks for my birthday, that would be acceptable.
I already got you a birthday present, but
I'm just gonna close my eyes real quick while my drive to work, because I'm so tired.
and you drive through as your chauffeur ferries you to work.
Yeah. Love you. I'm gonna have Starbucks soon. And I'll turn that frown from this to this.
Oh, did you see that picture I sent you?
I did. People were no,
that didn't work.
People were Photoshop. Thank you.
Sorry. You don't need to see today.
Blinded by the light.
Revved up like a deuce.
Another runner in the night.
I actually know those words. That's the only bit of that song I know.
And then I know, I wear my sunglasses at night so I can. I don't know the rest of it.
But anyways, yeah, the picture I sent you.
That's how that goes, right?
Picture I sent you.
It's a picture of people photoshopping smiles onto Eminem, and it's pretty fucking funny, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know why, but I just laughed so hard at that this morning. I'm like, Natasha's gonna wake up, she's gonna immediately look at this, and she's just gonna start laughing her butt off.
I did. I don't know if I ever told you guys my favorite thing that Eminem has ever said. I think he was interviewing with like Anderson Cooper or some bullshit, somebody like that. And he was saying, he's like, I really hate it how people say you can't rhyme anything with orange, because he's like, you're just not creative enough. He's like, I can think of plenty of things that rhyme with orange. And he's like, he goes off and he's like, yeah, I'll take my my orange 4-inch door hinge and eat porridge with George. Like, and it's just like, it's all in like the way you like pronounce words, right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny to me. So anyway,
Yeah, if you pronunciate things wrong, you can rhyme anything with anything.
well, it's not orange, it's like orange.
Yeah.
4-inch door hinge, like, you know. I think that's just one of the reasons why I like Eminem so much, because he's funny.
He makes it work.
Yeah, and seriously, the Chris D'Elia stuff, he's just like, there's a whole lot of boxes, boxing the foxes, and seriously, guys, please, I'm gonna put a link to it in my description, because it fucking makes me laugh so hard. Listen, these people here, they run on every Sunday. They run. Look at them running. Look at them go. Okay. Sorry, strangers, but like, listen. Okay. These people are grown adults who run every Sunday. And if ever I'm at the cafe near my work, like waiting to go to work on a Sunday, these fucking running people come in and they are the loudest people I've ever heard. Like, they're screaming child, nope, next. Like a whole group of 20 kids on a birthday party, no, quiet time compared to these fucking people. They one time brought in an actual speaker, and they're like fucking running high on their like runner's endorphins, and they're like, I need a double espresso. And I'm like, no, you fucking don't, Nancy. Like, you're fine. So they're sitting down next to me. They have a little speaker, and they're like listening to fucking jams in the cafe, and I'm like just trying to like, you know, patiently read my book, like fucking. And like, even the friggin' people, because I'm a regular at this cafe, they're like, what the fuck is up with these people? I'm like, they're high as a kite off of endorphin. Like, who the fuck is running in like January in minus 27 degrees Celsius?
And
these crazy people. These crazy people. I mean, they're just living their best life. But like, at the same time, if that life can just not be in my life, that would be great. Hey guys, just finishing work up there, just waiting for the bus. I see that so many of you guys are curious as to why I take the bus. I have several reasons, actually. Grew up in a small town where you could walk from one end to the other in about 40 minutes, so no point learning how to drive there. Then I moved to a city where I lived on campus, and I lived literally a 2-minute walk away from my university for 4 years. Didn't have to learn how to drive there. So then, you know, I also lived center city, bussed everywhere to work. Made more sense to bus to work than buy a car and pay for a car and whatever. Then just moved out to the suburbs, and Jeff has a standard. I would prefer to learn on an automatic. He has a standard. Not to mention, I've lost people in accidents, I've been in accidents, and I'm just not super fond of the idea of learning a new skill at 30 that racks me with anxiety. So there's reasons, and I don't think it's anyone's business, but that's my reasons. Does the transit system in Ottawa suck? Absolutely. Am I choosing to take it? Yes, I am. At the same time, it's a service that I'm paying for, and it's not a good one. Therefore, I think it's rational that I get to complain about it. So will I ever learn how to drive? Yeah, maybe. Hard to say. When we go to buy another car, thinking it's going to be automatic, I probably learn how to drive on that. And if I feel like it's absolutely needed, I will. Until then, I'm okay taking transit. Does it, you know, take up a lot of my time? Yeah. I'm very thankful when Jeff can come pick me up from work and drive me to work. Right now with his job, he's driving on the road a lot, so he's all over the place, and when it syncs up that he can come pick me up, he does. I'm not reliant on him to do that. I'm a big girl and I can get home by myself just fine, but it's nice to not have to wait 2 hours in a transit system that's not the greatest. So yeah, you wanted a little bit more about my personal life? There you go. Hope that answers any questions you might have about what's the deal with me taking the bus. So I just asked on Twitter, I am going to an event tonight, but basically a sale tonight at Chapters after hours, and where you're getting like 20% off your whole purchase, and that's lit. And I have some gift cards to spend too, so I actually just put a thing out on Twitter asking you guys for recommendations of what I should check out. I have a cart then for Chapters available. Obviously I have to see like what is available in store, what actually catches my eye, you know, read some synopsises about some of these and see what I actually pick. I have some floating around in my head too that I'd like thinking of.
She's totally spread eagle.
With her legs on either side?
Yeah, she's got legs on either side.
You're like, I love Daddy. I love him so much.
Before.
Look at her.
Like, she is just relaxed.
She's so relaxed.
Yeah.
Look at your little beat. You need a beat. What?
If you want to do something that's on sale, we could do blackberries or blueberries. Or do you really want the
Blueberries,
raspberries?
Blueberries, then.
Yeah, screw it. Let's do both.
Blueberries.
I'm going to do raspberries and blueberries.
Oh shit, we're fancy. The mothership is calling me home. Oh, kind of like a kid in a bookstore at this point. I find that book that Mel wants me to get, so I don't know fantasy. How do I look? Do you think I would like this?
You read someone's with words.
It sounds kind of sad, but also kind of like wild.
Yeah, apparently, like Mel gave it 5 stars. I'm
Yeah.
like, she
Check
keeps
it out.
talking about it all the time. I bought some books. Yeah, as I said, went to an event, got additional percentages off because they love me. Just kidding, they love most people. Note that I spent next to no money on this because it was all gift cards. So gift cards are your own money. Gift cards are not part of a no buy, quite frankly. So anyway, first book that I grabbed is kind of one that I'm like, that has to happen. First edition of On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. It's signed, which is like the coolest, you know? So I couldn't turn down a signed copy. The signed copy was an extra $5, but I'm like, don't care, I need it. Next thing is actually not a book, but instead is a set. I'm gonna put this down here. Wow, that's a good. I'm Santa. Actually, reading socks, and they have little gnomes on them, some of which are playing hockey because Canada, am I right? But it says, I can't. It says, rolling with the gnomies. And I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna again sound really stupid, These are reading socks, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but basically they're lined with these like really cushy, soft fabric. It keeps your feet super warm. And I had a pair of them for Christmas, and I lost one in my house. Like, it gets eaten like socks do. And they're kind of expensive. They're like $35 at Chapters. But these ones are kids because I have the tiniest feet known to man. So these are kid size. And then I thought, like, the rolling with the Nomi is so funny. But one of the reasons why I didn't end up wearing them that often was because they're so slippery. Because they're so cushy, it's like you kind of just are bound to just like fall right down the stairs. And so these have grippies, which I need as an adult apparently. Thought those were really cute. They were on sale too, so got those. I'm just gonna start grabbing stuff because why not? So the next book is a horror, and this is one that I heard someone on Books in the Freezer podcast. If you guys are not listening to that, I'll talk about it. So this is Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. I couldn't find the name because like in there anyway. By Scott Thomas, and this is, I believe, 4 people go to this haunted house. It's a haunted house story. Oh, it says here, at the end of a dark prairie road nearly forgotten in the Kansas countryside is the Finch house. For years it has remained empty, overgrown, and abandoned. Soon the door will be open for the first time in decades, but something is waiting, lurking in the shadows, anxious to meet its new guest. When best-selling horror author Sam McGarver is invited to spend Halloween night in one of the world's most infamous haunted houses, he reluctantly agrees. At least he won't be alone. Joining him are 3 other masters of the macabre, writers who have helped shaped modern horror. But what begins as a simple publicity stunt will become a fight for survival. The entity has awakened, will follow them, torment them, threaten to make them a part of the bloody legacy of Kill Creek. I heard there's like a podcast element to this as well, but it just sounds fun that like horror authors are going to go to a haunted house. Like, that premise just sounds up my fucking alley, so I have to get that. All right, next book here. Next one was one that Julie suggested and one that I haven't read yet. That is Goodbye Days by Jeff Zentner. I don't entirely know what this is about other than I heard that it's like really emotional. So I believe it's about texting and driving and then also like grief. So I'm fully anticipate that to be a hard-hitting emotional contemporary. So up next I picked up a manga and I don't know how to pronounce this name. I want to actually stop and figure out how to pronounce it. But it is A Silent Voice, and it is a manga about bullying where the female character is deaf and so she gets bullied. I want to see how just like, I don't know, representative it is of like the deaf community, and like I'm hard of hearing and stuff, so I just heard it was good. I've heard Julia recommend this one. All my books are obviously recommendations right now, so I just kind of grabbed ones that were recommended to me by people. This is a fantasy book, which who is she, you know? But for some reason, this premise just sounds so cool, and like Mel can sell me like the gum on the bottom of her shoe, and I'm like, nom nom, sounds good. So I picked up Senlin Ascends, which is a book by Josiah Bancroft, and this is a fantasy book all about the Tower of Babel. And so this guy, from what I understand, this guy loses his wife in this journey and then has to go through the tower, and each layer of the tower is like a different world or something like that. And I don't know, it sounds really interesting. I'm kind of nervous about starting it because it's like part of a trilogy, I believe, at this point. And so I mean, the likelihood of me reading fantasy trilogy we'll see. It takes a really good premise synopsis for me to pick up a genre that's not my typical genres. Like horror, I'll read anything. Contemporary, I'll read anything. But for like any, like, you know, historical, even like adult literary fiction, prose, like that kind of thing, especially fantasy, it takes something that sounds like really neat for me to check out. So I asked Mel about this, and she said it's fantasy, but it has some like really interesting like elements to it. So picking that up 100% on her recommendation. Oh my god, I don't know how to pronounce any of these names. It's 10:30, I'm so tired. Suggested to me to pick up Ibitsu. I'm not sure how to pronounce that either. I'm gonna listen to some pronunciation. That's by Haruto Ryo. I don't know. I'm not, again, pronunciation in me, not good. This is a horror manga that is about like a gothic Lolita girl So it says, urban legend has it that a girl in gothic Lolita garb will sometimes appear at the local garbage drops in the middle of the night, putting questions to passerby. Would you like to have a little sister? The replies to seal one's fate and meet with a diabolical death at the hands of none other than this twisted sister. That reminds me of Dee Snider. And tonight another man will fall prey to the horror. It's wrapped in plastic, and there is a parental advisory warning on it, which makes me feel like I'm trying to buy a Marilyn Manson CD when I was 16, you know? It's just funny. It's just this, like, Lolita girl and bags of garbage. It's wrapped in plastic. I have no idea what I'm getting into, but let me tell you something. The Junji Ito books, like Tomi and Uzumaki, which is like crazy, some of the imagery in there like actually startled me. Those weren't wrapped in plastic. This is. What the hell am I getting into with this stack of books that I picked up? Gotta love gift cards, my dudes, because it's like one of my favorite things of all time. I'm going to get in the tub and I'm going to continue reading Forever Interrupted, as well as the Field Guide to the North American Teenager. As I said, it's 10:30 here. I worked all day, you know the drill, but at the same time, I have tomorrow off work, so Contemporary-Thon is being extended into tomorrow for me. So I'm not going to I guess be angry at myself if I read one more day. I'm not, you know what I mean? I will update you guys with my finished thoughts on those 2 books when I finish them. So hopefully you guys are having a good evening and whatnot. I'm excited to read some cool stuff. Hey guys, here's the scoop. I'm in the bathtub. I'm eating a popsicle in the bathtub, which is a truly fantastic experience if you never have. But I bought a bath bomb with the expectation of there not being shit inside of it, and I'm here to report that I have been duped. Now I'm floating in a bunch of petals like I'm a fucking chicken in a big old tub of soup, and I'm not about that life. But like, no thank you, you know? Good morning, folks. It is now the day after Contemporary-Thon. This is Monday. I have today off. It's family day in Ontario where I live, so everyone has the day off, which is awesome. Much needed after this week. Have to say, I just fucking fell asleep last night. Just fell asleep. So tired. Worked my ass off this week just with reading, Contemporary-Thon, working, you know, having a life and whatnot. This morning I just kind of stayed in bed and I did finish the Field Guide to the North American Teenager. Actually really like this. It is a very realistically told YA book, which is funny because, you know, it doesn't wrap up like perfectly at the end, and it's wonderful. I kind of like that. Very accurate to like high school experience and stuff. I think I'm gonna give it a 4. I really suggest it if you want more of like a funnier, like lighthearted contemporary like teen romance kind of thing. It's even romance, not really even a romance. Teen coming of age story is what I'm thinking of. So that's really good. I finished my 4 books. I'm gonna eat some waffles there now, and then I'll kind of update you guys on everything that I read. There's a cat hair on there, isn't there?
Maybe.
Sweet ride there. Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Did you find your new favorite book, Bubby? Is it Hot and Badgered?
Wait.
The Honey Badger Chronicles? Just gonna update you guys on what I read for the week. So the first book that I finished was 99% Mine by Sally Thorne. This finished the challenge of reading the most recently acquired contemporary. Also, this one has a picture on the spine. Kind of hated the main character, but, you know, the sex was alright. Gave it a 3. I finished Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. This hit the challenge for a diverse read, also by a Black author, a dark, taboo, hard-hitting contemporary, and also I listened to this in audiobook format, so a non-traditional format. So a lot of challenges there. So this one was just sad. Still a really good book. Rated it a 4. Then I read A Heart and a Body in the World by Deb Coletti. This is my challenge for Blurple on the cover, as well as a book I meant to read in 2018. Also a picture on the spine. Also hard-hitting. this is a good book for the week. If you read this one, hits off a lot of challenges. This was by far the best book that I read all week, all Contemporary-Thon. It follows a girl who, due to a trauma, is choosing to run, like a long distance run, and her grandpa follows her in an RV, and it's dark, hard, and also cute at the same time. So there's that, and that was a 5-star book. This book is Diverse, written by a Black author, recently acquired, book I meant to read right away, little picture on the spine. This one is more of a light one though, and quite enjoyable. Really like the main character a lot, kind of snarky. A lot of like Canadian references in this, which I do appreciate, and I rated this one a 4. But yeah, those are the 4 books that I finished. I would have liked to finish 6, but that just wasn't doable, and I am now going to go read something that is not contemporary. I have a really strong craving for some sci-fi, for some like, I don't know, some sort of different genre. Please don't forget, if you guys have daily vlogged, to leave a link to your playlist of daily vlogs on my TBR announcement video if you want to be entered into the giveaway. Definitely go do that. So yeah, hope you guys had an awesome week. I had an awesome week, and I can't wait for the next round. And until then, I will see you guys later. Bye.